I made 5,000 a month freelancing, then I quit all of it. It's not because the client screwed me over, and it's also not because the work dried up. It's just that I looked at my life, the hustle, the income, the client roster, even the you've made it milestones that I've been chasing for years, and something in me said clearly and plainly, this isn't it. If you've ever achieved a goal and felt strangely empty standing next to it, this video is for you. Because what I learned from that moment ended up becoming the whole foundation of how I work now, and it has nothing to do with hustling harder. I've spent 14 years in operations as an EA, project manager, chief of staff, director of operations, business integrator across multiple industries, and almost a decade of that was freelance. I was the person companies called when things were on fire, when there were chaos, missed handoffs, and when teams looked productive but were quietly falling apart. That was my job to fix. I built a reputation as the person who could walk into an operational mess and make it make sense. I'm not telling you this to impress you, but because it matters for what comes next. I was not failing when I quit. I had a steady income, I had real clients, I had a skill or skills that people pay well for. And still, I walked away. Here's the belief I've been operating on, and probably the same thing you have right now. Success means achieving a certain title, income, and lifestyle. You get there, and you will feel like you've made it. But here's the thing, I got there, and I didn't feel like I had made it. I felt so tired in a way that rest didn't fix. The gap between I did the thing and I still feel off is where most people quietly live. And nobody talks about it because there's nothing to complain about. I mean, you worked hard, you hit the number, so what's the problem, right? The problem is that external success and internal alignment are two completely different things. You can build a life that works on paper and still be running on empty inside it. What I started to notice slowly, not in one dramatic epiphany, was this. I had spent years building systems around other people, fixing their processes, their teams, their chaos. I was good at it and I loved it, but I had never once turned that same attention on myself. I was the operator for everyone else's businesses, but completely unmanaged in my own life. That's the moment I want you to sit with because I think it's more common than people admit. You can be the most competent, most capable person in the room and still be operating without any real internal structure. No audit of your own energy, no system for your own capacity, no honest look at who you were becoming while you're busy achieving. Here's the distinction I want to leave you with because it's one thing that changed everything for me. External success answers the question, what am I achieving? While internal alignment answers the question, who am I becoming while I achieve it? Most of us are only ever taught to optimize the first question. Better systems, better habits, better output, and then you spend years trying to get really good at hitting targets while quietly becoming someone you don't recognize. Here's something practical that you can actually use today, and I call it a success audit. You just have to answer three very, very simple questions. Question one, what am I achieving? Be specific, not I'm doing well. What exactly are you building, heating, or producing right now? Question two, what is it costing me? And I don't mean just money or time. It can also be energy, relationships, health, peace. Name the actual cost, even if it's uncomfortable. Question three, who am I becoming through this? This is the one that people skip. If you kept going exactly like this for 3 more years, who would you be? Would you recognize that person? Would you like them? Once you have your answers, here's your actual next step. Don't try to fix everything at once. That's how most self-reflection exercises die before they go anywhere. Now look at your answer to question number 2 and pick one cost that bothers you the most. And then ask yourself, what is one small, honest change I could make this week that would reduce that cost? Then keep the piece of paper and come back to all three questions in a month. You're not looking for perfect answers, okay? You're building the habit of checking in with yourself on purpose instead of noticing something's wrong when you're already depleted. If you remember one thing from this video, remember this. You can build successful systems around you and still neglect the person operating them. You can fix everyone else's chaos and leave your own completely unmanaged. You can also hit the number and still feel lost standing next to it. And it's just something that happens when we don't audit our internal system, only the external results. This is exactly why I started Operate from Within. I'm not here to teach you another productivity hack or give you another system to build into your life that's already exhausting you. This is all about learning how to work, lead, and build without losing yourself in the process. And if that success audit brought something honest for you, I would love to hear it. Please drop it in the comments. I would definitely read all of them. And if this is the first time you heard about this, welcome. And there's a lot more where that came from. I'll see you in the next one.
Yeah.